This is a part of a capstone experience where senior studio art and media arts major works. They developed the idea their junior year and then worked this year to complete this body of work. But it actually took 20 years because since they were born. I mean, this is where they are, right? This is the point where they are. So it took 20 years, or 21 years. Next Thursday is our second one, in case you can be here. Next Thursday night at 7 o'clock. The Thursday next week, the artists featured are Carter Dahl, Nicole Baker, Fallon Yates, Madeline Cortez, and Carrie Henrich. So that's next Thursday at 7 o'clock. Tonight's artists are Sophia Weisenstell, Tessa McPherson, Laura Sonic, and Sarah Oas. And isn't this a great art show? Isn't this an awesome art show? It's my privilege to work with these young artists, and I think it was a unique year because, at least in the painting room, there was an unspoken competition. And you could literally see paintings improve almost by the brushstroke. Almost by the brushstroke. The paintings grew quite a bit this year. The artists grew quite a bit, and we saw Tessa go from a student photographer to showing a more professional portfolio with us tonight also. Now, they don't want me to talk. They're going to talk about themselves. It's a thing artists get good at, I guess, or they should get good at it. So each artist is going to take a bit of time to talk about their capstone, and then they're going to sit at these stools, and then if you have questions, they would be happy to answer questions. When we're done with that, then there's a reception, and I heard there were donut holes. There's a reception where you can talk to the artist, talk to people, take your selfie in front of your painting. The work is for sale. I have the price list. Always important. Each artist will introduce the next artist, except the first one, which I will introduce. Please welcome Laura Sonic.
Hi guys. Thank you so much for that great intro, Cassie. And thank you all for being here this evening. We were hoping for a full house and overjoyed by the amount of people that have come here tonight. So thank you. As Bethany mentioned, my name is Laura Sonic, and I'm responsible for the single figure portraits that are interspersed here throughout the gallery. So like that one's one, that one's one, and so on. Creating this project was so much fun. It was a huge challenge, but it was so much fun. And but before we get into all of that and all the things that are behind it, we should probably start with a little bit of a biography. Alright, so I was born in New Ulm, Minnesota in 1988. I'm the youngest of 4 kids, and we grew up on a hobby farm about 30 minutes in that kind of generalish direction. As far back as I can remember, I've always loved to draw. One of my earliest memories is actually sitting underneath one of our tables in the basement drawing with crayons. Eventually, I got into the bad habit sometimes of eating them, but I've broken that habit. There were always plenty of drawing materials at home. My dad is a mechanical engineer, and he would always have these giant rolls of I want to say it's like plotting paper or something like that, and he'd print out all these new designs. And so what was really awesome is the 4 of us kids always had tons and tons of paper. So on good days, we would he would cut up a big piece for us, and we would all sit on the kitchen floor and draw maps of imaginary lands and, you know, the weird troll creatures that live there. And we'd always figure out who had the most space. That was awesome. So my very first art class is actually here at Bethany in 2009. It was called the Young Michelangelo's Art Camp, and it was down by the and it was just amazing. It opened up a whole new world of art for me. He directed our tiny attention spans to the basics of color, shape, and design for the first time, and we got to see slides of these old masters, which is something that really influenced me as a kid, just seeing everything that had come before. There was also a break for Oreos, which was a huge selling point too. I continued to draw and sketch throughout middle school and high school, and my parents encouraged me, set by the example of my older siblings, to take PSEO classes here at Bethany my junior year. The very first class I signed up for was painting one over in the registrar's office, and I just remember being so excited about it. After the first day, the reality was a little different. I remember driving home, and I went and I found my mom right away. I was like, "Mom!" And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "I don't like painting. I hate it. I don't know what's going on." And I mean, the teacher's great and everything, but there aren't any breaks for Oreos. There's this kid who just started with me, and she's way better than I will ever be, and I hate the class. Can I please drop it? And she listened very patiently, like a great mom that she is. And she's like, "Okay, I hear what you're saying, but just stick it out to the end of the week, and if you still hate it, then you can drop it." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine. I can handle that. You know, I can make it to the end of the week. I just know in my heart of hearts that I'll never like painting, and I should pursue a different creative career, like, I don't know, fashion design or underwater basket weaving or literally anything else would be better." And I've never been so glad to be so wrong about anything in my whole life. Painting quickly became one of the greatest joys in my life, and I'm so glad that she and my dad combined, you know, persuaded me to cool the jets and give it another try. So I wasn't, throughout my high school career, I always kind of assumed I had a set plan in my brain, just because I had always thought, growing up, and watching old movies and listening to, you know, lots of 80s hair bands and looking at all these cool fashions and colors and sequins and things like that, that I wanted to be a fashion designer. I was like, that's going to be my thing. So my plan throughout the early years of high school was to go to the University of Wisconsin and pursue a degree in apparel design. And so my senior year, I dutifully went up and toured a couple campuses and everything, but at that point it was already too late. I was addicted to painting, I guess you could say, or obsessed with it. And I knew that I would never be satisfied unless I kept going at it, pursuing it, and trying to be a better artist in whatever way I could. So I decided to go here to Bethany, and it was by far probably the best decision I've ever made. It's just been absolutely wonderful. So after that, my freshman year, I took the intro classes, and that's just awesome. You get to hear all the different styles and things that can happen in art and everything that's occurred before. And so I kind of got into the groove of painting landscapes. It was really great. You got to experiment a lot with color and light. And I just assumed for my capstone that's what I would do too. And so I went out and I took a lot of reference photos and went to different fields and, you know, street corners and took images to use for reference. But nothing really fit together, and there was no common theme to bring them all together. So I was feeling really dissatisfied with it and really uncomfortable. I didn't know what to do. Bukowski had been encouraging me for years to pursue more of a figurative style. And after going on the Italy trip around this time last year actually, and seeing great works by Botticelli and Bernini, it kind of felt like I was being sent in that direction. And so I hadn't actually painted any portraits in a really long time. But I was like, oh, it's a detail. Yeah, whatever. And so I was just trying to figure out in my brain, I'm like, okay, well, what's going to be the theme that ties it all together? Because, you know, great art always has to have a strong conceptual component. I was sitting in church one day, and I saw this lady who had hair that kind of reminded me of Marilyn Monroe. And I started thinking about how there's so many celebrities who just died tragically young. And I started I wonder if there's a connection between that, the price of fame and early death. And so I went back to my apartment right after, and I started making a list of all the celebrities I could think of, all the celebrities that influenced me growing up, the brands and the images that I looked up to so much, and just to see if there was, any correlation between that. So I compiled a list of dead celebrities. I went around and I tried to find people that I thought looked like them. And that was a really fun conversation to have with people. So I'm very lucky to have such a great community here at Bethany too. And so many people were so willing to model for me. I just go up to them and be like, hey, do you want to style like Audrey Hepburn today? And the amount of yeses I received was absolutely overwhelming. I'm so thankful for it. So, and there were a couple times too where I didn't even know the person that well. I just go up to them on the street and be like, hey, you don't know me. And that's okay. Social skills. And they were all just fabulous to work with. So that was wonderful. I'm not a photographer by any means, and I really wanted a collection of reference photos that were, professional grade and shot by someone who understood the intricacies of capturing light, movement, and expression. And I'm so lucky to be able to work with two very talented photographers. They made the process so easy, and everyone, the models and the photographers were willing to stand outside or in dark alleyways in the weirdest conditions until we got the shot that we needed. And that was probably the easiest part of the whole project. So that was fantastic. So one of the most compelling aspects for me for creating this project was the concept of boundaries. Once a certain level of fame is achieved, celebrities quickly lose really any sense of privacy that they once held. I know stuff about, dinners and I don't even care and I don't even want to know, but just standing in line at the grocery store, everything's on display. Everything is tailored for a consumer kind of appetite. And I wonder at what level specifically you stop being a human and you start being a brand. And that is kind of what I wanted to expose in this series, and why I decided to use live models in their particular style, as opposed to just copying images off the internet. So that really, I hope to highlight their humanity by putting modern and regular people in their place. There are luxurious benefits to be gained from worldwide recognition, so pity is really not the intended response to the series. However, I think it's really important to note that none of these people could buy a longer, happier life. Most, all the ones I've chosen to highlight died what we would consider unseasonably young. And most of them were violent or unexpected or self-inflicted in some way. Despite this darker overarching theme, this series was, again, so fun and so wonderful and so challenging to create. And it was a real joy. And I hope that the audience experiences that same joy as they view the work. It seems like a good time for thank yous. I have a lot. I received so much help and so much support over the years. Firstly, I owe so much to my parents and my family at large. Without their support and encouragement, none of this would exist. So, huge thank you to both of them. Major thanks to my photographers, Aaron Strom and Tessa McPherson. They captured each image so beautifully, and they're so much fun to work with. Thank you to all of my models. You were all absolutely invaluable. Obviously, none of this would exist without your faces. And I am really honored for the opportunity to paint each and every one of you. The art faculty here at Bethany really goes above and beyond what's coming. really, in most university settings. They really put the needs of their students above everything else. And I'm so thankful for the valuable feedback I received from each and every one of them here. Huge thank you to Professor Andy O'Brien, whose insight I value very highly and who has been such an excellent mentor figure, especially this past year. For any freshmen out there, I would highly recommend that you take art history, graphic design, and painting one as soon as you possibly can. A huge thank you to Shoot as well, who has always supported me and helped me work through just life plans and goals, and always being such a great listener and source of wisdom. And finally, a giant super-sized thank you to Professor Bukowski, who has been just the greatest teacher and always encouraged me to push the limits of what I think is possible. He also did not fail me from any of my classes after I vandalized his office. He's a really big Packers fan, and I put a lot of Vikings memorabilia all over his office wall one day while he was in class. And there were no academic repercussions at all. I depend so heavily on his wisdom and insight, and I hope someday to be even a fraction of the artist that he is today. And with that, it's time for me to introduce our next artist. As I mentioned before, I've had the pleasure of working with her on 2 of the images for my own capstone series. She's incredibly talented, and I'm so excited for you to hear her story. Please join me in welcoming Tessa McPherson. Can you guys all hear me? Okay.
Hi everyone, thanks Laura for your nice introduction, and thank you everyone here for coming out tonight. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to be here of all places. My name is Tessa McPherson, and my work are the 12 photographs around here of animals. But before I talk about that, first I want to talk a little bit about my history. I was born in California, and I'm the eldest of 3. And I spent my first few years of life playing on the beach. And I'm very much a Southern California girl. Later, my family and I moved to Arizona, where I then played with water guns in 100+ degree heat. I didn't realize that it was that hot outside. That's one of the joys of being a child. I was homeschooled from kindergarten all the way up to 10th grade, and for most of my life, all my friends were homeschooled. It was with them that I played with American Girl dolls in my room, and I played with them outside of on my clubhouse, where we pretended that we were medicine makers out in the middle of an open prairie. During this time, I belonged to a co-op that included 4 families of homeschoolers. And one of the things that our mothers organized was for us to have tea time, which was a disguised class for table manners. and afterwards, we would listen to classical music and drama. So from a very early age, art has always been a part of my life. When I was 10, we moved back to California, and on some homeschool field trips, we went to the LACMA and to the La Brea Tar Pits. And that is where I really started to look at art. And one of the paintings there at the LACMA was Van Gogh's Irises, and to that day, that's one of my favorite paintings. It was also a fantastic place to take photographs, especially where the lampposts are. Later in 10th grade, I transferred to a public charter high school up until graduation. And it was at that high school where I began taking art classes. And every year it was required that you take an art class, so I took one for the 3 years I was there, and they were both digital and studio classes. And at that school, everyone there was very talented, and my creativity flourished in that environment. It was there that I learned Adobe Photoshop, painting, drawing, and sculpture making. I received my first camera when I was in middle school, which was a tiny little digital thing. And it had really cool filters on it too. And ever since then, I've never stopped taking photos. And that is thanks to my family for telling me that it was good. I would host photo shoots with my friends, and I would take those photos and I would paste them into scrapbooks. And I would also journal, and I would paste photos from my day into my journal as well, so I'd have a visual reference to go along with my writing. With that little camera, I would also make home videos, but photography is the thing that really stuck with me. In high school, I received the camera that I use today, which is a Nikon, and that is when I started to take photography seriously. Living in Southern California, a lot of my early photographs were of the beach and ocean, and even whales when they would come to Palos Verdes during the winter. My family and pets were also a common subject for my photography as well. By the time I was a senior in high school, I decided to professionally pursue photography. And when I graduated from high school, I moved back to Arizona, where I went to Glendale Community College for a year. While I was there, I took my first photography classes, and that solidified my love for the craft. For 2 semesters, I took both digital and film photography, and while they were challenging, because I was basically racing against the daylight to shoot things on time, I also knew that photography was what I wanted to do with my life. After a year, I then transferred here to Bethany, where I continued to take photography classes and where I continued to be challenged artistically. In the spring of 2018, I took a trip to Italy with other Bethany students, where Bukowski furiously escorted us around Venice, Florence, Assisi, and Rome. During that trip, I took over 1,000 photographs. In Italy, I saw more art in person than I did ever before. That trip was both energizing for the soul, but exhausting for the body. One of the reasons why I wanted to go on that trip was to take photographs. Everything about Italy is spectacular in the sense that it does not look like the United States. So for an American, even the mundane streets is a spectacular subject for a photograph. My body of work ranges from portraits, landscapes, and wildlife. My past series include a series of vegetables and succulents, both of which were done in black and white film. One of my favorite photographers is Edward Weston, and he inspired me to create a series of 10 photographs of 5 different vegetables. I spent a year working in the darkroom and the lighting studio, creating both of those series. While I was creating the vegetable series, I chose vegetables that had detailed texture and were all different in shape. I cut them, peeled them, manipulated them so I could capture the essence of the vegetable. The technical process of film photography makes it a very hands-on experience that digital photography lacks, especially when you get into burning and dodging or something literally using your hands. The coolness of the room, the sound of running water, and the smell of chemicals are all something that is incredibly satisfying to me. Deciding the focus of my final project at Bethany was a challenge. I wanted to choose something new, something that looked like me. In the beginning stages, I was brainstorming ideas, and my boyfriend told me, hey, you should do a series of animals because you love animals. And I responded, nah, that would be silly, I should do something else. So for my senior project, I volunteered with an animal fostering organization called Many Spirits. People would contact me when they were fostering, and I would come to their home and set up a backdrop and photograph the animal or animals. Those photographs were then used on the Many Spirits website as the photo that someone would first see when deciding whether to adopt that animal. And no, the animals were not put down if they aren't adopted. Bukowski. Yeah, she is. On the contrary, all of them have been adopted except for Cara, Evie, and Comet. So you can look at the names. As of yesterday when I checked the website. The entire experience was incredibly fun and enjoyable for me. I enjoyed meeting every animal and talking with the foster owner about the animal story. And I can tell you that I petted and kissed each and every animal that is on these walls. My main goal was not to create the awe factor that one actually gets from looking at cute animals, though that may be unethical. What I wanted rather was to demonstrate portraiture methods on animals instead of on humans. Behind the cute eyes and the fuzzy fur, they have intrinsic beauty and spirit, and above all, they are sweet and lovable despite being abandoned and in extreme cases abused. By looking at this series, you can clearly see the different personalities that each of these animals have. Though you may not be able to describe it with words, you can still recognize them as personality traits. Photographer Myra White once said, "One should not only photograph things for what they are, but for what else they are." These photographs are not just of a dog or a cat. On the contrary, these creatures are individuals and have their own stories. I want to thank my friends and family for all their support, and thank you Denise Waller for looking closely at each and every one of these images with me for any flaws, and also thank you for teaching me everything that I know about photography. I also want to thank Professor Bukowski and Andy Over for all of their guidance throughout this project. And also thank you for Hayes for giving me the idea of the project in the first place. And thank you again everyone for coming out here tonight. And lastly, I would like to introduce you to my friend, Sarah Owens.
There's something irresistible about art to me, and my 6-year-old sister can vouch for this. She'll deviously pull out her art supplies when I'm sitting trying to do homework, and it's never long before the power of markers completely distracts me. My name is Sarah Owens. I was born in Mankato, Minnesota in 1997 and grew up on a hobby farm with one brother and 4 sisters. I was homeschooled into my junior year of high school when I began attending Bethany through the PSEO program. My years of studying at home created a close bond with my siblings, and I often feature them in my paintings, especially my little sister Hannah. I was first introduced to art by my grandma, Carol Owens. She's a painter who lives in Washington, and she focuses on portraying the landscape and animals of her state. My siblings and I love receiving her work for birthday and Christmas presents. Her paintings are what first got me thinking about how cool art is. Growing up, I never thought of myself as an artist, but like many kids, I enjoyed drawing. My notebooks were always filled with doodles and cartoons. While I never made any really serious attempts at art, I really admired artists who would make realistic portraits. My junior year of high school, I started the PSEO program here at Bethany. Because of my grandma's influence and my growing interest in art, I decided to take my first art class. Initially, the class was overwhelming to me because I didn't have any idea how involved art could be. But once I got through the first couple weeks, I started getting the hang of it and really began to like drawing. I wasn't planning on becoming an art major at the time, but I really appreciated the class, so I decided to continue on with drawing too. By the time I finished drawing 2, my addiction to art was beginning to develop. But I had run out of drawing classes. While I was convinced I liked drawing best, I decided to try out painting 1. One of the biggest assignments in painting 1 was a self-portrait. Initially, I was really nervous since I'd never tried painting a portrait before, and I knew how easy it was to mess up. While it was a challenge, the project really developed my artistic abilities. Through it, I discovered how much I enjoyed painting portraits, and that's pretty much all I've painted since. In painting 2, I had the freedom to choose my own subjects for my paintings. I decided on a series of 3 paintings focusing on one of the biggest surprises of my life. When I was 14 and my youngest sister 9, my parents announced we'd be getting another sibling. When Hannah was finally born, we were all super enamored with her. We put her in her little baby bouncer in the middle of the table so that we could all watch her while we ate meals. As Hannah was the center of attention already, it was natural for me to use her as the subject of my works in painting 2. Through these paintings of her, I further developed my love of portraits. I really enjoyed being able to do portraits that portrayed something so personal to me, in contrast to the other work I'd done before, like still lifes and copies of comics. If there was one piece of work that taught me more than any of the others, it was probably the self-portrait I created in painting 4, which is included in my shelf over there. At the time, the biggest painting I'd ever done was 18 by 24 inches, which isn't very large. My art professor Bukowski had been telling me over and over that I should do an enormous painting. I wasn't a fast painter by any stretch of the imagination. I liked using time tiny paintbrushes, so I shied away from doing anything big. In painting 4, however, I finally caved and decided to make a 6-foot tall self-portrait. It was a real learning experience for me, since it was nearly 6 times bigger than anything I'd done before. That said, it was actually a lot easier than I'd expected. It was a breakthrough for me to complete such a large painting, and that led to me doing much larger pieces overall. I currently enjoy many forms of art, ranging from graphic design to ink drawing, but I enjoy oil painting the most. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and this can show in my work. My work has always tended towards painstaking realism, and I can spend a lot of time on a single painting. In this way, I take after my dad, who places more value on attention to detail and speed. Some believe that everyone's handwriting indicates something about their personality. In this way, I found that my painting style is like my handwriting. I paint as I do because it's a reflection of who I am. I love the process of painting. There's something about the physical texture and color and slowly transforming a pencil sketch into a three-dimensional work with detail and depth and light that's truly satisfying. I don't have much time to read anymore, so I often listen to audiobooks while I paint. It's a great way to combine 2 of my favorite things, and it's relaxing for me to be able to focus on my painting. I enjoy the finished works as well, having the feeling of I created this, and being able to see the progression in my work as I improve. As an artist, portraits fascinate me because I've always been intrigued by the uniqueness of faces and expressions in both art and life. The best portraits go beyond mere likeness to capture the personality and soul of the subject. Whenever I visit art museums, I'm most drawn to the portraits. I'm fascinated by the way past artists have captured and preserved the personality of individuals for decades and centuries past. Throughout my time at Bethany, I've been provided with many such opportunities to study famous artists and expand my understanding of art. I was able to visit the Minneapolis Institute of Art and the Walker Art Center many different times. More recently, I also went on the Bethany art trip to New York. In New York, I visited famous museums including the Museum of Modern Art, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, and the Frick Collection. I especially appreciated being able to explore the Met and was excited to see in person the works I've been studying for so long. My favorites included paintings by Velázquez and John Singer Sargent. I had fun including references to some of these pieces in my work. For example, my pose in my painting Sisters references the Velázquez painting The Maids of Honor, where the lemon in my painting Carrot Cake references Dutch still life. When choosing a theme for my capstone series, I naturally gravitated towards depicting my family. Each family member has had a big impact on who I am now. I can't picture myself without them, and I wanted this series to reflect that. My work especially focuses on the bonds between siblings. I concentrated on the similarities and differences, yet underlying unity of siblings in my work. Throughout this series, I want to share the people most important to me and reveal the love and connection of family. In conclusion, I'd like to thank my family for their support. They've helped me through my college years and always really encouraged me in my artwork. I'd also like to thank them for all the posing I forced them to do. Thank you, Dad, for all your support and your help in making these beautiful things. I couldn't have done it without you. Thanks, Mom, for putting up with me and all my breakdowns throughout my college years. I have you to thank for getting me to this day. I'd also like to thank the faculty here at Bethany. I'm so grateful for all I've learned during my studies here. I'd like to thank all the wonderful art professors, especially Professor Bukowski, for starting me off on the path to becoming an artist. And next, I'd like to introduce Sophia Weisenfeld.
Hello, thank you, Sarah, for that good introduction. Like she said, my name is Sophia Weisenfeld. I wrote that down just in case I would forget it when I was First of all, a little bit about myself. I was born in New Ulm, Minnesota. I'm the second oldest of 7 children, and I grew up on a farm out in the country. And I've kind of been doing art ever since I was young. I started out with paper dolls and princesses. That was kind of my thing. I would draw them out on big sheets of paper and sometimes cut them out if I was really feeling adventurous. And so I guess I've always been drawing people, and I've always been drawing women specifically. I think the reason that I never stopped creating art is because my mom told me I was good at it. And I think she told that to all of her children, but I believed her as a kid. Like I said, I grew up on a farm, and I spent a lot of time outside when I was younger. I would think when I was really young, now I'm not as much in nature, but when I was really young, I'd wake up outside and think, there's this whole world outside that I get to go be a part of. A whole bunch of different things I get to do. I can make soup in a bird bath and try and feed it to my mom. I can build forts. Growing up in the country is kind of weird. And the reason I'm kind of bringing all this up is because I think that really influenced who I am and also influences the art that I have hanging here today. Another influence of mine as I was growing up was fashion. My aunt and my cousin introduced me to Vogue magazine, and I know you may think, oh, maybe that's not an artistic thing. It tells you what jeans to wear in which season. But it was actually a really artistically driven magazine, in my opinion. And I kept whole stacks of them underneath my dresser when I was younger. And I think that also really influenced the art I'm hanging here today, how to style pictures, how to style portraits in different ways. So going into high school, I wasn't entirely sure what I was going to do. My sister was athletic, and I tried my hand at that. And any of you who know me know that was a pretty bad idea. But yeah, I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. I was interested in maybe music, maybe art. I really wasn't sure. But at the push of a new friend in high school, I tried out for theater, which kind of put me into this whole art world at MBL, which is where I went to high school. And while I was there, I took all the art classes, I believe, and then I signed up for AP Art, which is where I began learning about art with concept and imagination, and it really inspired me. And that was the first time, too, that I went to the MIA in that class. And we were given the assignment by Mr. Jasperson, my art teacher at the time, to go around the museum and find a piece of work that inspired us, and create a piece of work created off of that work. That all makes sense. And so I was walking around the MIA, and I saw this portrait. It's called Portrait of Albert Paris von Gütersloh by Egon Schiele, and it's still my favorite painting to this day, and it kind of blew me away. It's a portrait Egon Schiele did of his friend, Albert Paris von Gütersloh, caught in the moment of artistic inspiration. And so his hands are kind of up in the air, and he has this intense look in his eyes, and the brush strokes are crazy, kind of, to look at, to me. And I saw it, and I was like, yeah, I think I can do that. And I definitely can't do that. Egon Schiele was a unique man, and still my favorite artist, like I said. So coming into Bethany, I was interested in English, I was interested in theater, and I was interested in art. But I actually didn't take my first art class, painting class, until my sophomore year, sorry. And when I did, I discovered my passion. I loved oil paint. I loved how it connected me to a tradition of artists. And being in the art painting class and taking art history also exposed me to art throughout history, and I love being a part of that tradition of artists. I continued going to the MIA and to the Walker, and I also had the opportunity to go on trips to Italy and to New York, and there I saw how whole cities could be focused around art in a way. It seemed like they all were driven for it and all loved it. At least that was my experience. And I still look up new art right now. I really love going on Instagram and finding artists, and I find inspiration from that all the time. While I was taking painting, I was also taking a photography class, or multiple photography classes, with Denise Moeller. And I love the dramatic lighting that I could create in there, in this studio. I love the dark backgrounds and the mystery, and that whole kind of launched me into a whole series of like femme fatale. I had this woman smoking, I had a girl with the diamond earring, which was based on Girl with the Pearl earring, and I really love those dramatic lit portraits. And I painted a lot of single figures, which I also really enjoyed. And moving forward into this year, then I was like, okay, what can I do this year? And at that time, I was taking a writing class, and we had done a section on creative nonfiction. And so I had written different essays about myself and my past and memories. And as I was writing those down, different images would kind of come to me at that time. And I was like, why can't I paint those images based on stuff that's really personal to me and really meaningful to me? So I used those memories as a springboard to create the series that you see here today. I shot all my own photos, like I said, which could sometimes be quite the process because I wanted a certain thing going in, and I wanted that thing. And sometimes I kind of had to give in and be like, okay, I understand that I want that thing, but I also have to make an image that makes sense and is cohesive and works together. So I do a shoot, and then I would email my models again and be like, hey guys, I know we just did a photo shoot, but we're going to do one more photo shoot and maybe one more after that. I'm really sorry. And that was for all of them, for both of some of them. I wanted to push beyond, I wanted to push the anatomy that I was doing, so I was like, in the photo shoots too, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have as many hands showing as possible just so I can practice painting hands, which I kind of regretted sometimes as I was painting it. So yeah, I really wanted to emphasize movement in my paintings, and that's why I included cloth as well and elements of nature, because I liked how the cloth moved to give me a break from painting faces and painting skin tones and let me experiment with looking at brush strokes. The series that came out was heavily nostalgic for me. As I made the work, different themes kind of emerged, and I think one of the strongest ones is the relationships that women have, specifically. And I also think there's different themes such as aging, growth, finding identity, losing your childhood in a way. The difficulty with creating this series is that sometimes memories were hard for me to track down. Like I'd have this memory, and then you have to kind of make it into an image, because if you think about your memories, they're kind of a little vague sometimes. They have a lot of holes. And so creating an image based on this was sometimes challenging, but really exciting for me, because I sometimes didn't entirely know what was going to happen with the image, and then it would kind of become more concrete. Like I said, I have lots of cloth because I enjoy painting cloth, and references to nature because I grew up in a rural environment, and I really think that the nature influenced me and the memories that I was trying to paint here. As I look at the paintings, I'm excited to keep painting. I feel like I've barely skimmed the surface with the different things I want to paint, and even this theme of memories, I'm really excited to keep painting it. All right, now we'll move on to paintings. Thank you to all my models for the presents you brought to my paintings. I thank you for your time and for your patience with my sometimes vague instructions. Thank you to John Wagner, who helped me with framing. I really appreciate that. Thank you to Mike for supporting my ideas, pushing me, and telling me that I should pursue art. Thank you to my family and friends for support, specifically my parents, Lauren and Dawn, for all the love and encouragement you've given me, for raising me and teaching me and helping me find opportunities to study art. I'm truly blessed to have you as my family. Thank you to all the art faculty for your guidance. I can confidently say that I have learned something from each of you guys that I will take with me as I continue to paint and as I continue to study art. I'd like to thank Denise Bowler for teaching me how to use a camera. It's been incredibly helpful with my paintings. I would have been lost without that. And finally, thank you to Professor Grukowski for your passion as a painter and as a teacher. It is truly inspiring. All right, we are going to move on to the panel portion, where the audience is invited to ask questions to the artists as a whole.
I'll start. Most of you talked about Italy. I'm assuming you went to Italy. Can you briefly tell us about the impact that had on your work? I think to the outside world, people who don't do it, it just looks like fun. But I think seeing the work you created, there's obviously a tangible part of the experience too in your work.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, I kind of briefly touched on it too. It really inspired me that a whole city could be have so much art in it, and that some people could be interested in art in the city and support it. And also some of the artists I saw there too, like Caravaggio and the sculptor Donatello. Those are two of probably some of the most influential artists to this day for me. And so seeing that in real life was really quite
Yeah, kind of, I agree with Sophia. I think it's really inspiring to be around so much art at one time. Like I said in my speech, it's very exhausting for the body, but incredibly energizing for the soul. And I think, yeah, you kind of just want to continue the art tradition that you see going back so many years.
One thing I didn't realize before going into Italy was how much better everything is when you see it in person. Just because in our history textbooks, I mean, the images look fine, they're very small, and they look cool. they're nice, you know, they're nice to like page through, but you see them in person and it's incredible. I remember staring at Primavera for as much time as was allowed because there's like tons of tourists and everything. But it changes everything. It absolutely changes everything. The amount of detail that's in those works just can't be captured in a photograph. It can't. So I would highly, highly encourage going to museums. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. It changes everything.
Now that we spoke about your aspirations for a month and a half from now, do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, so I'm planning on going to grad school at the New York Academy of Art. It's a figurative program in New York City, so I'm excited for that.
I'm planning on staying in the area. I've been looking around at some graphic design, art-related jobs. I've been contacted regarding positions lately, so.
I'm going to China. Because I hate the US. No. No, I'm actually going to work at a college called United International College. It's near Beijing. I'm going to be my 9 months teaching English. So not art, but I plan on taking photographs to expand my portfolio while I'm there.
I would like to become a better artist, and I was able to tour a program out in, it's called Lutheran College of Art and Design in Laguna Beach, California, and that's where I'm playing keyboard and pop. Well, we grew together. We were both doing opposite ends of the coast. But we really do like each other. Ian, did you have a question?
Yeah, for people in the audience who are not artists, can you, in a nutshell, summarize why? Why is this something, what does it do for you? What does it, how does it reinforce itself and make you want to do more?
Well, I think I've maybe always been creative, and so I think I'm creating an avenue, a place to express that maybe, a place to go with that. It excites me every day. It excites me all the possibilities that there are, different things to make. Like I love thinking of new things to do. So I think that the most important thing is that it excites me. It's my passion. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it was like the more I did art, the more art I wanted to do. I just like took one art class and then I couldn't stop. I ended up here. So, yeah.
I like the tangibility of it. I like that. I mean, photography can be digital, so it's on the screen, but you can also print it, and then it's like, I made this. And that is incredibly special to me, to have like a pile of things that I made. And yeah, it's addictive. Once you do it, you can't stop. So.
Well, I think the really unique thing about art is actually it takes a lot of work, but you create something in a world that consumes. And there's nothing quite like giving something back, really. Gonna kind of quote Andy in one of his classes. He was telling us that creativity is that 90% learning, 80% learning, somewhere in there. And I think that's 100% accurate. None of this just happens because you can't help it. It's long hours in the studio, it's thinking about it, and if you put the time in, it's I don't want to say transcendent, but it's very peaceful. It's very peaceful. So that's why.
How did your studies in other areas, some of you said you were interested in English and theater and other things, how does those have an impact on your art studies?
Well, everything really impacts your vision as an artist. You can only pull out of your head what's in there. That's also a quote from another teacher. It's 100% accurate. Learning about history and music and science, I mean, it's all important. You can't predict something if you don't know what else is out there and what other people are experiencing too. So it all works together, and I think that's part of what makes Bethany so awesome, is that you really have a great, well-rounded education. You take classes in everything. And I've used the stuff I've learned in psych, I've used the stuff I've learned in U.S. history, and it all, I would say it all really, really helps my area.
Yeah, I agree with Laura 100%. I think even if you don't think that there's a connection, I think it's there subconsciously. And I feel like heavily art history definitely influences my art. Knowing what's done in the past definitely influences me personally.
Yeah, I agree too. I mean, I really enjoy having like a broader field of study, and definitely art history impacts my art a lot, obviously, and all the other classes.
Yeah, for me, like I kind of mentioned, I was interested in theater and English, and I think theater influenced me just specifically me because I like the drama of it. I like the lighting. I like the way things were set up, and so I like in painting sometimes to have scenes created almost. So I think that's how it influenced me. And then English, instead of sketching little things out, a lot of times I'll write lists and I'll write down like different things that I'm trying to pull from, or different things I want in the painting, and then I'll do a sketch. And I really actually do enjoy writing as well and reading. So I think both of those things have influenced me, especially once now that I'm painting here. And I think once I realized that my inspiration for art didn't have to just come from art, it opened up a couple new things for me, or how I could paint and how I could create new images.
How did you decide upon your color schemes? I've noticed some Sarah's work is brighter, and then some of the other works are darker, and how did you each decide on your color schemes? And I guess to test how much you edit the colors in your photos.
In the past years I had done almost all black backgrounds, heavy black backgrounds, because I was really liking that film noir style. And so this year I still wanted to do that because I really enjoy doing that. But I did add some pieces that have white backgrounds or lighter backgrounds, just to kind of experiment. I wanted this year to kind of give myself a little more freedom with the capstone that I have, so I could try different things and figure things out. So that's my color scheme.
So yeah, I enjoy brighter colors, and then when I think of family, it's always warm and brighter colors kind of fit with that, kind of all closer and connected. Even if we are very kinetic sometimes.
So I went into this project knowing that I wanted white and black backgrounds. I chose the white or the black depending on the color of the fur. And then as for editing afterwards, I didn't do it too lot. I didn't do a whole lot. Though I did manipulate it to the sense that I made it sharper and didn't show, because it's cloth. So there would be wrinkles, so it would just, burn and dodge. And that's kind of 5 seconds. So yeah, I didn't do it too speak.
As far as color scheme goes, I like to think I was influenced by the Impressionists quite a bit, just because if you look at their work, they don't use black at all. They use really dark blues and they use really dark purples and things like that. And that was the one thing going into this project I really wanted to focus on, is not using anything that's devoid of color.
So hopefully you should see and like really good dark pigments in here that aren't like